Hi you guys. So in this video I'm gonna show you guys how I repair a worn casing on the primary shaft of a 3236 DGV Weber. This works on the 32 DGV Weber on the 38 DCAS as well. So the client sent me the carby and he wanted me to service it for him, and I noticed that the shaft, I've actually inspected the shaft. I'll show you now. The shaft's very nice, but the casing is actually worn. On the 36 DCDs, we put a brass bush in there, but on these, there's a different trick. Let me show you. So there's the carby, and you can see here that the shaft is worn, and it's worn too much. You're gonna get leakage through there, and you're gonna struggle to idle. So, but if you pull the shaft out, you can see there's no wear and tear on the shaft itself. It's actually very good, and we're gonna just put a bearing in there, and that's everything you're gonna need to do the job. So these are the old seals that comes in the casing. It seals on the shaft, so we're gonna remove them all together, and we're gonna put two new screws in on the butterflies, and we've cleaned up the butterfly a bit, and we're gonna put those two springs back. And then we're going to install those two bearings. I do have these kits available for sale, but this is what we're going to do, and let me show you how to do it. It's actually very simple. So first of all, you've got to get the return spring back in its place. I've done that already. Then we're gonna put a spring in, because the spring is gonna keep the bearing in place. And then next we're going to put a little bearing over. That one hooks a bit there. I think there's something rough on the shaft there. Let me just clean it up quickly. It's probably something rough there. Let me just clean it up with a bit of sandpaper. So all you need is a little bit of sandpaper. You just hold it like that and you just turn it like that. Because there's something rough over there. And then obviously clean it up again. You don't want the shavings in your bearing. So let's try that again. Put a little bearing over, see how it goes. And hopefully there's no other rough places. Anyway, you don't want to force this bearing or tap it or anything, because you're just going to damage it. And now we need to put this back. And that pin there of that spring must go back into that hole. And that's probably the most difficult part of this whole exercise, is to get that in. You see the bearing will just push in there. And then you need your long nose pliers and turn that and push that in there. Sorry for that. Make sure that goes in nicely there. Now this one is giving me uphill. Go. Just going to get this over here. Get that in properly. This one is a bit stubborn. I'm probably going to bend that a little bit. Take it out, bend it a little bit, and put it back. Because it's supposed to push in there all together. Let me just bend that quickly and push it in. There we go, I've done that. So that's now nicely in place. Next we've got to do is put the butterfly in. There's a number on the butterfly. That's 78 degrees. That's got to come to the top, because there's an angle on there. And that angle is going to seat against the barrel. That way around. Because it throttles that way around. So with a 78 on top, with that angle to seal properly, we're going to slide that in. And we'll get it in nicely now. We're not going to tighten the screws yet. I've got a little poke here. and I move the butterfly in. See, something like that. Now we put the two screws in by hand only. I've put the one in already. Get the other one in. We're just gonna get it in by hand. We're not gonna tighten it because we've got to put Loctite on them. But we need to find a happy place for the shaft to be. You see the shaft can move back and forth. So we're gonna have to put everything together over here to get the shaft in the right place, and then tighten everything here before we tighten those. Very important. If you don't do that, you're gonna damage your butterflies on the shaft, either that side or that side, because it's not on the shaft, on the casing, because it's gonna be wearing on the casing. So now on this side, we're gonna put the little bearing in. And the spring. Get that in all the way. There we go. Then we're gonna put in this part. Let me just make sure that I get it around the right way around, that way. We're gonna get that bit in. Then this bit. Then that. Then a washer. Then the accelerator wheel. Just want to clean that up a bit. I haven't cleaned it yet. But I'll do that just now. Just want to show you guys how all this works. Actually, let me go clean this up. And then we'll do the adjustment over there. Give me a few seconds. So okay, I've got everything in. And I'm tightening it up. So it's nice and tight. You don't want to bend anything. And then now you can see there's still a little bit of play back and forth, which is exactly what you want. And now you're in a position where you can tighten those and tighten these screws up. We're going to undo them again one by one, put a little bit of Loctite on them, but just to make sure that everything is where it should be. Here we go. Now it's just a case of a bit of Loctite, and then we're all done. So I've already put a little bit of this on this screw. I'm just gonna thin that out. Just put a little dab on there. Just like that, that's good enough. And then pop it in, and there we go, all done. Anyway, that's it. I really hope this helps someone with a worn casing. If the shaft is worn, you'll have to silver solder it, turn it down on the lathe, and then you can put the bearing in. The bearing should last for ever and a day. But anyway, hopes that helps someone. Be safe out there.